For the last 16 months, Shohn Huckabee, a business owner in El Paso, has been locked up, put in a Mexican jail for a crime the family says he never committed.
He was imprisoned, taken by the Mexican military, and has really had very little chance to defend himself. You know, he's at the time he was imprisoned, he didn't speak Spanish, and he's in a country where they, just presume that you're guilty, and it's up to you to try to figure a way out to show them you're innocent. And in their society, in their system, it's near impossible to do.
But it's a case Shohn's father, Kevin, is working hard to win. He feels his son was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
He was in Mexico to get some work done on a truck. He had a business in El Paso, a construction business. And the way the business has been, every dollar counts, and so he was trying to get it done a little less expensively. And so he went over to Juarez to get some work done on it. And on their way back, they were run off the road right in front of the International Bridge. Convoy of soldiers, two of them approached the vehicle and jerked him out of the vehicle just shortly after they said something to him.
According to Shohn, the Mexican soldiers pulled his shirt over his head, robbed him of everything he had, and forced him onto a military base where he was beaten for several hours. But it wasn't until 24 hours later when Shohn learned the real reason why the military had him in custody.
These soldiers were charged with finding drug crimes, and things in Juarez have just gone haywire in the last couple of years since the soldiers were there. I don't know how many they have to find a day or what it is, but I've found all kinds of innocent men out in the prison that have never even so much as smoked a cigarette, much less marijuana, and one man was convicted of having 3 tons.
Shohn Huckabee and his friend Carlos Quijas, who accompanied him back in December of 2009 to Ciudad Juarez, are accused of carrying 115 pounds of marijuana. Now Shohn is working hard to clear his name.
Just almost every day since then, I've been going over there, and I've been going to the courts trying to watch what I could or get some idea what's going on with the courts, watching as much of the proceedings as I could. Of course, the judge doesn't go to the proceedings, and they don't take the person that's being charged to the proceedings, so you really don't know what's going on. It's around a desk usually with the secretary typing, and whatever she gets on the record is what becomes the permanent record that the judge sees. And it isn't always what's said, we found out.
After a judge sentenced the men to 5 years in prison, human rights attorney for the state of Chihuahua, Gustavo de la Rosa Hickerson, stepped in to file an injunction to overturn the decision.
Establecer una falsa acusación.
He says to falsely accuse someone of a crime is violating a person's human rights. De la Rosa Hickerson is also filing charges of human rights abuse, alleging a series of violations committed by members of the Mexican military, including torture.
Hay muchas dudas.
He says there is plenty of doubt surrounding the case of Shohn Huckabee. It's impossible for this American from El Paso, Texas, to have in his possession this amount of drug. It's a complicated case. The Huckabee family recently filed one last appeal. There's also a petition signed by more than 3,000 people, which is being sent to political leaders in the United States, pressuring them to do the right thing by releasing Shohn Huckabee.
We have been able to arrange to get out to the prison and be able to see him. And in fact, in their prison system, they may have a more liberal visitation schedule than they do in the U.S. They keep families involved, and I think the major reason why is because they don't like to provide food and they don't do clothes for them, so you have to do that for anybody that's a prisoner out there. So we take food and clothes to them 3 times a week. I would just caution anybody that sees this about going into Juarez or into Mexico. You really are taking your life into your own hands, literally. Some people don't make it out of it. So just be cautious going in. The U.S. government is not going to be there for you.